All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you. I think it's going to be a short show today because I'm tired. Um, but thank y'all for checking us out. Erica, I see you in the house. Erica representing Reading. We got Sea Breeze in the house. Sea Breeze in the house. Hold on. Let me see. My chat ain't working right. All right, there we go. Sea Breeze in the house. Good afternoon. Uh, David checking in, representing Westchester. Again, I'm still experiencing the same technical difficulties. I didn't go over there and get the thing. It'll be back next week, probably next Wednesday, because that's when I'll be back. Is Wednesday. I'll announce it now, but I have to announce it again in a little bit. I won't be here on Monday or Tuesday. I have to travel to Alabama. My cousin passed away, and got to go down there and go to the funeral on Monday and then drive back. So I won't be in on Tuesday either, because won't get back until Tuesday afternoon. So yeah, I won't be here Monday or Tuesday, going down to lay my cousin to rest. Other than that, I'll be back Wednesday. That's the plan. Wednesday and the rest of the week. But I appreciate everybody checking us out. Had a good time last night, and then a long drive to get back. That's why I'm tired. I think I didn't get into like 4, something like that, and I had to get up early this morning, so I'm tired. But let's get back to the hellos. Brent in the house, representing Dallas. Preston says afternoon. You're representing the barbershop. All right. I see you in the house, LaDonna. Good afternoon. Seabreeze is checking in from Rhode Island on the Amtrak. All right, I've never ridden a train before. I might do it one of these days. LaDonna's representing East Price Hill. Good afternoon, LaDonna. Are you going to any of the concerts downtown this weekend? B-Rab, good afternoon first. Second, no. We were gonna go. Mrs. Livingston initially said she wanted to go. And I was like, because I know Mrs. Livingston. So I was like, okay, you say you want to go. Cool. And I gave it a couple weeks. This was early on. Gave it a couple weeks. I said, all right, before I buy these tickets, are you sure you want to go? And she was like, oh, no, I don't want to go. I'm like, I thought you said you wanted to go. You said you wanted to go Friday and Saturday. No, I don't want to go. I already made plans. So because she makes the plans for us. So we have other plans. So that's that. I won't be going. Save some money, because all of our plans are free. And they seem like they're going to be fun. But no concerts this weekend. When I get off of here, I'll be tired as heck. But we have some stuff to do. Because yesterday's trip wasn't planned. So nobody knew that I would be this tired. But we just going to go with it. And then got something to do Saturday as well. So that's that. David and everyone, thank you for your condolences. I appreciate it. Daryl in the house. Daryl, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Daryl. Brenda in the house, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Let's see. CK says, Livingston, this is a wonderful podcast, in my opinion. Calling from the depths of heaven. Well, all right. Can't beat that. Brian in the house. Brian Taylor, representing Glendale. Good afternoon. Tria, or my understanding is she has a new name. It's Treasure. Treasure in the house. Treasure Gangs, representing Columbia Township. I thought that was like a adult type of name, but she said she cool with it, so we rolling with Treasure. Treasure in the house, representing the classy adult entertainment section. Good afternoon. Veronica in the house, representing College Hill. Good afternoon, Veronica. Good afternoon, Pat Rogers. I see you. Good afternoon. Maria in the house, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon, Maria. Got Jeannie in the house. Jeannie, good afternoon. Jeannie says she's here for about 23 to 25 minutes. That's very specific. B-Rab, saving money is always a great thing. Yes. Carolyn in the house. Good afternoon, Carolyn. John says, is that a V-neck? No. That don't even look like a V-neck. It's just a regular old shirt. It's a little, got some hair on it. No, it's just a regular shirt. Regular crew neck. I guess I could fix it up a little bit, I guess. It just came from the barber shop, so you know how they do your collars and stuff. So yeah, okay. It is what it is. But no, it's not. Why is that still folded down? It's a brand new shirt. It shouldn't be, hasn't even been washed yet. I just printed it earlier today. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, but John, no, it's not a V-neck. Let's see. Dante in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Regina in the house, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon, Regina. Good afternoon. Let me see. E-Man's shirt looked like he got snatched up by Lincoln. All right. Did the barber give you a rebate for not giving you a crispy hairline? This is crispy as it get. This is as crispy as it get. And Brian in the house. Good afternoon. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Daryl says, can you print a shirt like that for me, but with my picture on it? Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate y'all checking me out. Again, this was a game time decision. I was tired, and I was like, do I take a nap? Because, again, I know I got stuff to do later on. Or do I do the show? And I was trying to take a nap. I'll be honest, I had chosen nap. But I couldn't go to sleep. So I just jumped up and was like, all right, let me go do the show. So that's that. Yeah, I sat on the couch. You know, I got the reclining couch. And I sat on the couch and I said, I'm going to take a little nap. And that's what it is. I decided I'll go on ahead and come in and do the show. So I appreciate y'all for checking me out. All right, a few things, updates if you want to call them that. Hold on. Jeannie says, I've been binge watching Good Girls. Are you just printing t-shirts? T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. I've done some joggers. But pretty much that's it for right now. Oh, what was I about to say? Oh, update. Twin was wrong. I did finally watch the video of the woman unfortunately being murdered. Definitely looks like murder by law enforcement. And enough people sent it to me. I saw it in regular motion and slow motion with replays and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, Twin was wrong, like dead wrong, like horribly wrong. So yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. And again, that's why I didn't want to watch it, because it filled me with anger and profound sadness for a few reasons. It seemed to me that she was dealing with something maybe mentally. And so she called for help, and they recognized that she may have been dealing with something mentally. They recognized that. And in the end, you still shoot her? I mean, even take the water excuse and all of that stuff out of it. You recognize that this woman is dealing with something mentally, and then you let her trigger you by saying, because he was clearly triggered when she said, "I rebuke you." Maybe he didn't know what that meant. Maybe is that a black thing? But maybe he didn't know what that meant. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus is not something that the appropriate response is, "I'll shoot you in the effing face." That's not the appropriate response for, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And I don't know. I'll be honest, I can't say that I've heard, I don't really be around a lot of white people, but I can't say that I've heard white people say that. But I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is just weird. Like it goes beyond the level, like where I was trying to talk about how police and people in power, people should not have that much power over other people. I genuinely believe that. People should not have that much power over other people. I understand how some of y'all feel like, "Oh, no, that's not true. Yeah, people should be..." No, I don't agree with y'all. I don't agree with y'all on that. But I was talking about how people take advantage of the power that they have, and I'm gonna say it goes to their head, and they treat people wrong because they have the power to. This goes beyond that. There was something else at work there. Everything escalated so quickly. So quickly. From I rebuke, because look, again, I watched it finally. And B-Rap says, "I don't watch those videos." I understand. I had to be in the right space to watch it. But the lady said, "I rebuke it." Up until the lady said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," everything was okay. Like, it wasn't, why were they in her house? Why were they asking her for ID? All of those questions are legitimate questions, all right? But, even if, hey, whatever. But the water, we don't want to fire. "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I will shoot you in your effing face." What? It went from, I would say, 40 to 100. Because it was, the tension level was low. It wasn't quite on zero, but it was low. So I feel like there was something else at work there. There was something else at work. Now, I know some people have said, "Oh, he had some tattoos," which, mean he was like a white supremacist or whatever. I don't know about that. I imagine all that stuff will come out. But, man, that was... It was difficult to watch, even though you don't, they blur stuff out and you don't see the actual killing. The fact that your brain fills in the gaps. And it was just horrible. That's why I didn't want to watch it. And I see Bree says I couldn't watch. I listened to it and read the description. I didn't even want to listen to it. I didn't even want to listen. I didn't want to see it at all. I didn't want to see it. But of course, I did. I ended up seeing it. And it was just horrible. So yeah, Twin, you were wrong on almost every account in terms of what you said happened. Why didn't she just drop the pot? She didn't have a pot in her hands when she got shot, bro. She didn't. What else did he say? That she said something that was kind of out of bounds, but she didn't. She, if I recall correctly, she apologized. I'm sorry. When he pulled a gun, I'm sorry. She had already said, don't hurt me. Early in the interaction, when they were at the screen door, don't hurt me. Why were they in her house? Why did they go in? I know why they were, or I know why they tell us she was at the house. But why did they go in? And I don't know that enough people understand. I need more people to understand your rights. I get it. People will try to convince you that exercising your rights is a bad thing. People will try to convince you that exercising your rights is a bad thing. But it's not. It could save your life. It could. She should have told them, get out. Get out. No, you can't come in my house. We don't see, because the body camera that we were seeing, the cop that didn't initially go in, he was looking at the car running the tags. And then when he comes back, the other guy's already in the house. So I don't know if she invited him in or if he invited himself in, but you don't have to let them in your house without a warrant. You can tell them to get out. Now, okay, clearly that doesn't mean they're going to get out. I've seen plenty of videos where police enter somebody's house with a warrant and that person tells them, get out of my house, and they don't leave. Because they have an ego like everybody else. Get out of my house. It's like, yeah, I'll leave when I'm ready. Because basically, you ain't got the power. I got the power. And who are you to tell me to get out of your house or to get off of your property? I'll leave when I'm good and ready. So we do. We see that. We see that. But knowing your rights is important. Knowing your rights is important. LaDonna says his partner knew he was wrong. Yeah. But he wasn't going to say it, even though, the lady was clearly passing away. He wasn't going to say it because they have this code. No snitching. I mean, the code of silence. Whatever. It's the same thing. They have this code that they like to, talk negatively about us. The community. They like to talk negative about us, but they have a very similar code. So I don't really want to dwell on it. He's arrested. I heard people criticizing Al Sharpton for going down. Al Sharpton went down. He said he was going down to support the family. And there were people criticizing him like, how dare he go down there? The guy's arrested. He's just trying to stir up some trouble. And I'm like, so he can't go support a family? He didn't say he was going down there to lead a march. He didn't say he was going down there to get justice. Not what I heard. He said he was going down there to support the family. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with going to support the family? Now, because this is the funny thing to me. And I hear what I perceive to be hypocrisy, but, I don't know what goes on in the mind of a person. If Al Sharpton heard about this, and the guy was arrested, and Al Sharpton said, well, the guy's arrested, I'm not going down there. then people would be like, "Oh, you can't go and support a family in need because ain't no drama there for you, ain't no this there for you, ain't no that there for you." Oh, wait a minute, I had a call coming in. Drop squad. Hello.
E-Man.
Yes.
What's up, Emanuel Livingston?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, bro. I got a notification, and I thought it was Wire Live. I'm like, wow, why is he on so late? And it turns out to be you.
Oh, lucky for you.
Hey, how long you been on?
Just a few minutes. I came on about almost 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, I just heard you talking about, you said you heard somebody criticize Al Sharpton.
Yes.
Now, I'm assuming it was me the other day on Wire Live. Am I correct?
You were one of the people, yes. You're not the only one.
Okay. Now, I heard what you said just before you picked up my call. Do you have a question first, or can I respond?
Well, I definitely don't have a question for you because I didn't call.
Okay, all righty, man. Okay, so in response to what you were saying about the people like myself who made comments about Al Sharpton going to the Sonia Massey, I guess to her town or whatever. The reason I said what I said, Emanuel, is because
hold on. Wait. Before you explain why you said what you said, can you refresh my memory on exactly what it is that you said?
Yeah, I said the fact that Al Sharpton went, or the fact that Al Sharpton said he was going to the city of Sonia Massey. I said he's only going to make money because the officer had already been charged and arrested. See, he goes there to drum up membership for his national network to get donations. And, yes, he does transfer some of that money to help the families of the victims like Sonia Massey. But, again, we know why he went to this case, Emanuel. It's an election year with a black female candidate, Kamala Harris, as the Democrat nominee, which was installed.
Wait.
Come on,
hold on. We'll get to the installed nonsense in a minute. But let's talk about, so Al Sharpton going to support the family of a woman killed by law enforcement is somehow some underhanded move to get Kamala Harris elected?
Yeah.
How? Because I'm not as politically savvy as you, so explain it to me if you don't mind.
Okay, well, it's all about voter enthusiasm, the turnout to vote. The reason that the events that have happened over the last couple of weeks are happening is because the internal polling from the Democrat Party, they knew that enthusiasm was so low that they needed something to re-energize the base.
Okay.
So they killed two birds with one stone. They get rid of Joe Biden.
All right.
And then they install the first black female vice president as the first black female nominee of the Democrat Party.
And you're tying that into Al Sharpton how?
Well, Al Sharpton, everybody else that's out there, Emanuel, have been mobilized, okay?
Okay.
If you see how the media is covering this, because remember, it just happened on Sunday, and today's Friday.
Right.
Okay? So yesterday, Barack Obama steps in with the video or the phone call to Kamala saying that him and Michelle are endorsing her.
Whoa. Hold on. No, we'll get to the Kamala nonsense. I just need you to help me understand how this Al Sharpton going to support the family of a woman who was potentially murdered by police, how that's some political operation.
Because crime is going to be on the ballot, okay? So the fact that this police officer did what he did, which obviously it was an excessive force case.
Which you called suicide by cop, by the way.
From what I saw, up to this point, the information that's been released, that's what I saw. Because he clearly said, let's turn the stove off, we don't want to fire. He didn't say, can you empty that pot? He said, can you turn the stove off?
But you realize she didn't have a pot in her hand when she was shot, right?
That's irrelevant.
How is it suicide if you follow the police officer's orders? How is that suicide by cop?
Emanuel, the police, from what I saw, the one angle that they released, I heard the officer clearly say, put down the pot. We don't need you to do that.
Okay, and then she did not have a pot in her hand and they shot her. So if she had it,
obviously.
So if she had it, then how is that she put it down? How is that suicide by cop? That's all I'm asking.
Listen to what I said.
I listened.
Okay?
It left me with questions.
It's my opinion.
But
okay, if you don't agree with it,
no. I'm not even.
I disagree.
I'm not even talking about whether or not I disagree. I'm talking about anyone can say that some nonsense is their opinion. It's like me saying it's my opinion that you're a 23-year-old white girl, and you're like, how do you come to that conclusion? Well, it's my opinion, so you can't say that's foolish. So just saying it's my opinion doesn't absolve you of any logic and reasoning and how you came to that conclusion, which is what I'm asking about.
Okay, okay. Again, I'll say it again. From the limited one-angle body camera that was released,
right?
Okay, the audio included. It appeared to me, because she was the one who made the 911 call, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what we're hearing.
Okay? That is a tactic done for many different reasons to get police officers to a certain location. Domestic violence, somebody in my house, whatever the case may be.
You taking forever to get to the logic, to the point of logic that I'm trying to understand. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to understand. You won't even listen to the question, which is why you're having a hard time answering the question. The video that I saw, when she was shot, she had nothing. Well, she had, it looked like a towel and maybe a one of them mitt thing, not a mitt, but you know, one of the things you pick up something with in her hand, and her hands were up, like, you know, close to her face. So she did not have a pot in her hand when she was shot. So if she ever had a pot, let me finish the question. If she ever had a pot in her, this is funny to you?
I'm listening, bro.
But you're laughing. What's funny about this woman being killed?
I'm laughing at you.
Oh, okay. So, all right, so she had her hands in the air. So if at some point she had a pot, she clearly had put it down. So how is following the orders of law enforcement suicide by cop? That's all I'm trying to understand.
And again, from the video that I saw, once the officer made those verbal commands to the woman,
right,
I could not see anymore. I could not see. We would have to see the other body cam angle, because if that's what you saw, that's fine. That's what you saw.
That's clearly what I saw.
The bottom line still is, I said what I said based on other information that was also released with the video.
Okay, what other information was that? I just want to have a clear understanding.
The 911 call, Emanuel, of an intruder in the home.
So, again, I'm just not understanding the logic here. To claim something is suicide by cop, here's the logic that you've given me so far. If a person calls 911 and follows police instructions, that's suicide by cop.
No.
That's what happened. That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to get out.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you get there, Emanuel. Okay. Two things exist in suicide by cop.
All right.
Okay? You must have the suicide victim, okay? That victim must make a threat that will cause police officers to respond with extreme force.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm just telling you, from what I saw in the video, all those elements were present.
So what? Okay, wait a minute. So in your mind, what was the threat?
From what I saw and heard, the threat was obviously something inside a pot that was on the stove that the officer felt was a threat to him and his partner, and that's why they demanded or commanded her to not do it.
Okay. So you did not see in any of the videos that you've watched where she clearly did not have a pot in her hand when she was actually shot. So you're just missing.
No, because the officer moved. The guy, remember, it was two officers present from the video that we can see. The
Yes.
officer with the camera on his chest and his partner who was like in the living room, okay? When he moved, when the lady went in the kitchen to follow the command of turn the stove off, we do not want to fire, when she went into the kitchen and did what she did, the cop in the living room, Emanuel, moved into the sight of the camera, and it was distorted. And then he fired off 3 shots.
Okay, well, look. What I saw, and they did like a slow motion close up, and she looks like a kitchen towel in one hand and a pot holder in the other hand, and her hands are up.
Means she
and
was holding something. She was holding something that was hot if she had the towel in her hand.
No, that doesn't make sense. Because it doesn't make sense again,
Emanuel?
because
okay,
you didn't.
Hold on, Emanuel. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second.
All right, I'll
From the video you saw, because I didn't see the slow motion one. From the video you saw, Emanuel, where was the pot that the officers were referencing?
I'm not sure, but her hands were.
Exactly. You didn't see it.
Can I answer the question? May I answer the question?
Please, sir.
Okay. I don't know exactly where the pot was because her hands were empty, minus a pot holder and a dish towel. The pot was not in the pot holder. She was holding, I believe it was a red pot holder and a dish towel. No pot.
So was the pot removed from the stove, Emanuel?
I don't know, but she didn't have it in her hands.
Emanuel, come on, bro.
Come on,
this
what?
This is what I mean. This is what I mean.
What's what you mean? She did not have what part of this don't you understand? If you don't have a weapon in your hand, it's difficult to make the case that you're trying to use any sort of deadly force. She did not have a pot in her hands based on the slow motion video that I saw.
Okay, but you can't. Okay, again, this will be going to trial, and all I'm saying, Emanuel,
you're saying it's suicide by cop. That's what you're saying.
Okay, Emanuel. All right, let's go with your logic, okay? If I may.
You can try.
Okay. Let's go. Let's say it happened the way you're saying it, which in the end I agree that she was murdered by that cop. 3 rounds, 3 shots. And I think 1 went to the head, right?
That's my understanding.
Okay. All right. So let's say that happened. Okay.
All right.
And you saw the video.
Okay.
What do you think made the cop want to murder the woman?
Oh, I have no idea.
Exactly. I have an idea. That's why I say it was suicide by cop.
Okay.
Because it's clear from
I would love to hear your idea.
if there was no video, Emanuel, if it was just audio, the threat was the boiling pot, because obviously the officer didn't know what was in it unless it was a clear pot. All he knows, it was something on the stove that was on and boiling. Okay?
I still don't. That's a huge leap of logic, which actually it's almost the absence of logic to say that it's suicide by cop because there was something on the stove. That's nonsense.
Well, then if it wasn't,
That's
Emanuel,
nonsense.
if it wasn't suicide by cop, it was a stone cold murder, first degree murder. There'll be the trial gonna last a week?
Okay.
You got it all on video.
Right.
You have no weapon.
Right.
Because obviously the boiling hot water ain't there.
Right.
Right? All we hear is him saying, drop the hot water.
Okay.
So, again, you got the two elements, Emanuel. You got the woman, which we don't know what her history is. We don't know if she made the call, somebody in the house made the call. We don't know. So we have a woman that was obviously in distress.
She did seem to be in some sort of mental distress.
We had a woman that picked up a boiling pot of water and some cop who used excessive force and killed the woman.
Right.
That's all. So it's one or the other, Emanuel. Either we're going to find out suicide by cop or the guy's going to get convicted of first-degree murder just like Derek
Well,
Chauvin.
he may not get convicted of first-degree murder. You typically don't see law enforcement get convicted of first-degree murder. But
And see, this is where Al Sharpton and the election comes back in.
Okay.
Because they could start saying, we want, what do they call it, hate crime.
Have they started saying that?
The civil rights violations.
Have they started?
Well, again,
have they started saying that?
the trial hasn't started.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Here's what. You refuse to use logic in almost any of your arguments, and that frustrates me. So
I'm political.
So
politics is not logical.
That's not true. But the fact of the matter is, you're saying Al Sharpton going down there to support the family is negative in some way, and it's politically motivated.
Then why would he announce it, Emanuel? Why would he have to make an announcement on Morning Joe, on his radio show? Why would he have to make an announcement?
Because people like you try to ascribe some negative intention with everything that he does. And so sometimes in order to deal with people who want to say everything you do is negative, you say, I'm going down there just to support the family. But then
Emanuel,
you say that, and
credit,
that's
bro.
where people say you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Because if he didn't go down there to support the family, people like you would be saying, see, now that the cop is already arrested, he don't care nothing about the family because it ain't no headlines or no money for him to get. So he not just going to go down there and support the family. No, he only go when he think it's some money or something like that.
Emmanuel, I got to give you your props, bro. And I know this comes from your commercial radio days. You are good.
It just
at
comes from being
speculation and
somewhat
conjecture.
reasonable.
Do you have a law background?
No.
Okay. Well, then it obviously came from your training on commercial radio, how you use speculation and conjecture to create your point or to validate your point.
Wait.
Which is good.
Hold on,
makes
drop.
Great talk
Drop.
radio.
You're saying I'm using speculation and conjecture when you're using speculation and conjecture.
No, I'm not.
Minus
No, I'm
logic. You are.
No, I'm
Hold on.
not.
Listen to what you said.
Top, Emmanuel.
No, listen to what you said. You said he's only going down there because Kamala Harris is running for president, and somehow that's gonna, in his mind, equate to her, getting more votes or her getting more money and in the political process. You're basing that on nothing. You know what they call that? Speculation and conjecture.
Okay. Do you
Minus
remember-
logic, because that's not even
No,
reasonable or
Emanuel.
logical.
Emmanuel, it's not okay. It's not speculation. We're talking about Al Sharpton here, bro.
And it's not speculation because
Are you
we're talking
serious?
about you.
It's a fact
What's
It's
a
a
fact?
fact.
What's a fact?
that
Maybe we have different
the pain
definitions
and
of facts.
suffering. The fact is, Emmanuel, the pain and suffering of black people in this country has been exploited by poverty pimps and race hustlers for decades.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you
Okay.
this. Let me ask you this. And I have a relative that passed away, and I am going to support the family. Is that also negative?
No, you're not. You're not Al Sharpton.
Oh,
No
so
disrespect.
Al Sharpton going to support a family who just went through something horrible. That can only be. It can't be anything else. It's out of the realm of possibility that that man just wants to support a family who just went through something traumatic. That's out of the realm of possibility.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Hold on,
Emmanuel?
no. Answer that question. That's like yes or no. Is that out of the realm of possibility?
What do you want me to answer? Yes or no?
Is it out of the realm of possibility that Al Sharpton could be going to support a family that just went through something traumatic with no
Yes.
ulterior motives? That's
Yes.
out of the realm of
Obviously.
possibility. See that you
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
No, it's a
Emmanuel. Yes,
legitimate
obviously,
question
it's possible.
designed. It's a legitimate question designed to show your bias against Al Sharpton and
No.
your lack of logic and reason, because clearly it's not out of the realm of possibility. When you
Emmanuel,
say that
Emmanuel.
something that's clearly possible is out of the realm of possibility, you lose credibility.
Emmanuel, who coined the phrase? No justice, no peace.
I don't know who did.
The Reverend Al Sharpton.
You think Reverend Al Sharpton was the first person to ever say that?
I said he coined the phrase. I didn't say he made it. It's the freaking English language, sir. See, there you go again with your conjecture. But anyway, Emmanuel, all
Oh.
I'm saying, Al Sharpton has done this before. If you remember the Georgia case of the guy that was messing around on some type of built house property where they're building houses or something, and he got shot by the white guy, and his cousins or something. I don't know if you remember that case.
I don't.
Al Sharpton was on that case because he thought that nothing was going to happen to the people that did it. But they arrested the people, not immediately, but they got arrested. They were charged and convicted.
Okay.
So this is the same thing. He could have went to the family.
clearly
he
not
could
the
have sent
same
his
thing.
National Action Network representatives. But he made a national announcement. He is a national figure,
Okay.
Emmanuel, and
right.
that figure is labeled
You've lost
civil
all
rights
credibility.
leader.
You've lost all credibility in that particular argument, if you want to call it that. So now let's get to the
Okay.
last thing.
All right.
The last
All right.
thing is this somehow this notion that it's wrong, maybe even illegal, for Joe Biden to drop out of the race and endorse Kamala Harris.
Okay, yes, because the Democrats held primaries,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Right.
Joe Biden was on the ballot.
Right.
Not Kamala, not Miss Harris.
Okay.
Joe Biden
Right. We all know that.
was pledged those delegates.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The last time this happened was Lyndon Johnson. Okay.
May I
Sitting
ask you?
president-
Hold on. May I ask you a few questions? Because I know you're much more savvy and schooled in political things, right? When people go to the convention, they go through a primary, and you've got what they call presumptive nominee. But other people have, if you want to say, earned delegates. Does it ever happen that those delegates they pledge those delegates to whoever the actual nominee ends up being? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, that happened. That's why they have the convention.
So
The convention is basically for the delegates
Uh-huh.
all throughout the 50 states
right. So
who have pledged
if it's a normal
to
thing,
a specific candidate.
so if it's a normal thing that people who have won delegates can, I'm going to use the term give, but pledge their delegates, plea for their delegates to vote for whoever the eventual nominee is. How is it wrong for Joe Biden, who won delegates, to pledge or plea with those delegates to vote for whoever the eventual nominee is? How is that bad if it happens according to you all the time?
No, again, you keep saying good or bad. It's not about it being good or bad.
Well,
It's
you're
about
clearly
the
painting it as if
party-
it's bad.
No, it's about the party denying voters of their candidate, okay? And you used the key word. You said pledge.
Right.
Joe Biden, obviously an incumbent president, 9 times out of 10 will not have an opponent from his own party. Okay? So that's why this thing is so rare
It is rare. I'll give you that.
for an incumbent to be forced out. And you can't argue that, Emanuel. The man was forced out.
Okay.
Okay? And then for the man forced out to tell everyone who he thinks to get his delegates, which don't belong to him. So it's a lot of things.
Wait. I remember reading in this election cycle, Nikki Haley had some delegates, right?
Yeah.
And she pledged them or said to those delegates, vote for Trump, right?
Yeah.
Those didn't belong to her, right?
No.
But she still said, vote for Trump to those delegates, right?
That was at the convention.
That's not the point.
She wasn't even invited to the convention until 2 days
Not the
before
point.
she spoke.
Not the point.
It
The
is-
point
it is
ain't
the point.
when it happens. The point
delegates
is
had already
what
came over
happens.
to Trump,
The
Emanuel.
point is
She didn't
what
need to say
happens.
anything.
But it doesn't matter because before the convention or at the convention, those delegates will go to Kamala Harris. So
No,
it's
they
the
won't,
same thing.
because-
Yes,
no,
they
Emanuel.
will. They
If
will.
you have the majority of the votes, those other delegates whose person did not win, Nikki Haley, they can voice all they want. All they're going to do is cause a problem on the convention floor.
Right.
But
So what
The
you're
guy
saying
with
is
the majority
wrong
of the
that
delegates is going to get the nomination anyway.
exactly. Kamala's going to get the nomination anyway.
Right.
Right.
But that
So
doesn't
stop
mean
crying about
that
it.
does not. Okay, Emmanuel, listen, bro. I'm just telling you. Okay,
You
For
making
the
stuff up.
party that's running around talking about this politician is a threat to democracy.
He is.
He
He
took
clearly
away
is.
your vote. He trying to say he was the winner of the 2020 election, trying to take
All of that is
votes
true.
away from people,
All of that is true.
and they turn around and do the exact same
They did
thing.
not do the exact same thing.
Then why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do this in the wintertime, Emmanuel?
Because they just did it now. What difference would it have made if they did it in the winter or if they did it in the summer?
Okay,
They still
I'll
would have
tell
done
you
it.
why
And
they
no
did
matter
it.
when they did it, you guys would have been crying, oh, no, that's so
No.
wrong. Oh, no, she can't
Emmanuel.
do that.
Emmanuel, you have to ask yourself, okay? You're educated, you're a smart man. You have to ask yourself,
What do I have to ask myself?
what was it that made Joe Biden?
I don't
Step
have
back.
to ask myself that. The
Yes,
what?
you do.
No, I don't. The what and the why at this point doesn't matter. It's happened. And those delegates are now going to Harris. The what and the why, they hopefully they dealt with that behind the scenes.
Okay, so you don't think that the only way you're going to get rid of an incumbent president that had no challengers, who's going to need at least $1 billion to run a campaign. Emanuel, the only reason Joe Biden changed his mind
doesn't matter
in
why.
24 hours
Doesn't matter
is because
why.
they told him,
Okay,
if
all right.
you don't step down,
all right.
you will not
All right.
get any more money.
Okay, let's accept that as fact. And
Joe Biden knew he could not win without the donors.
right, okay, and
Okay, so
it seems like
24 hours.
Hold on.
Within
Drop.
24 hours.
Drop.
No, 48 hours.
Drop squad
of them dropping
of
out,
52, I
all
believe.
of a
Drop.
sudden, Kamala Harris
Drop.
has collected over
Let me ask you a
$100
question.
million.
Let me ask you a question. If something happens and donors all kind of across the board tell Trump, we ain't giving you no more money, it's over. Wouldn't it be a reasonable thing?
They did it in 2016.
Can I? No, they didn't. But wouldn't it be
Yeah,
a
they did.
reasonable
Yeah,
thing?
they did. Yeah,
Would
they
it-
did. Do
No,
the
they didn't.
research.
They didn't.
Trump
but
didn't even.
wouldn't
Trump
it
barely
be?
spent-
Wouldn't
Trump
it?
barely
You're
spent
trying.
$60
You're
million.
trying to get me off topic, but it's not going to work.
No,
Wouldn't
you
it
don't know what
be
you're talking
then
about, bruh.
a wise thing for the candidate who understands that he does not have the support to win to drop out?
It's an election, Emmanuel.
Wouldn't
There have
it
been
be?
plenty of
You can
presidents.
still,
Don't
you can
remember-
drop
don't you
out
remember,
of elections.
Emmanuel,
He's not
Emmanuel, don't you
drafted.
remember-
He can drop out of the. Do you understand that he does not? He can't be forced to run for president. He has a right to drop out of the race. You understand that, right? Maybe you
Why is
don't.
he
I
dropping
don't.
out? Emmanuel, the man never gave us a reason.
Drop. There's a simple question
Okay.
on the table.
He
There's a
didn't- he
simple.
couldn't even tell
There's a
the American
simple
people why he
question on the
dropped out
table.
other than, "Oh, I
There's a
want to pass the
simple
torch."
question on the table. Do you understand that a candidate has a right to drop out of a race? Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. So then I don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, we're talking about, again, an incumbent president who won the primary, who has no challengers, all of a sudden drops out of the race 24 hours after he said he was going on the campaign trail on Monday.
All of that
He
legal.
announces on Sunday afternoon that through a letter
All legal.
on X
All legal.
that he's dropping out of the race.
All legal.
After being threatened for 2 weeks.
All legal.
For 2 weeks,
Okay.
Emmanuel.
All legal.
Bro, see, you're not being objective here.
I
You're
am being objective.
Intellectually lazy.
No, I'm
Or
not.
completely dishonest.
What you're doing is, what did you call it? Speculation and conjecture.
No.
Everything that
Emmanuel,
happened,
it don't make
tell me
sense,
what happened
Emmanuel.
that is illegal for them to do.
I never said it was
I didn't
illegal.
say
Why
you did.
keep
I'm
saying
asking
that?
you, what did they do illegal? It's a simple
the only
question.
Thing possible. No, listen. The only thing possibly that could be shown illegal through the court is with campaign finance. When the money that Joe Biden had collected
Yeah, that
as a
90,
candidate,
what was it, 98,
okay,
$99 million.
is Kamala Harris, the new candidate, entitled to that money?
Okay.
Now, these type of
So
cases
other than that,
take years.
nothing
That's it.
illegal, right?
No,
All right.
nothing illegal.
So then what you whining
Just
about?
low down,
So then
just
what you
low
whining
down,
about? What are
dirty,
y'all whining
desperate
about?
Democrat
Hold on,
tactics
did they
that they done
storm? Did Democrats storm the Democratic headquarters and tear the place up?
What you talking about?
Did Democrats storm the
Yeah,
Democratic
yesterday when
headquarters
Netanyahu
and
was
tear the
speaking.
place up?
Yeah, they did. Yesterday
did?
when Netanyahu was speaking.
Who did? Who stormed the Democratic headquarters and tore the place up?
Nobody.
That was the question, man. Did Democrats storm the Democratic headquarters and tear the place up? The answer
I
is
don't think
no.
so.
The answer is no. They didn't.
Who did? Who stormed the Republican headquarters?
Republicans stormed the Capitol to tear the place up because they didn't
That's not
like
the Democrat
because
headquarters.
they
That's the
didn't.
People's House.
I said they stormed the Capitol to tear stuff up
No,
because they
you
didn't
said
like
they
the results of
stormed
the
Democrat
election.
Headquarters.
Right?
Emanuel, stop.
I said they stormed
Just
the
say you
Capitol.
misspoke.
They stormed the
Just say you
Capitol and
misspoke.
tore it up.
Okay, you're right.
All right.
Trump supporters and a whole lot of other people stormed the Capitol on January 6th.
It wasn't
Yes,
a whole
they
lot
did.
of other people. It was just Trump supporters.
Okay, that's more speculation on your part. But my point is,
Just-
Emanuel, my point is the Democrats did it in 2016
All right.
with Bernie Sanders.
Did what?
They did it again
They did what?
in 2020
What did they do?
where they told the people, the voters who wanted Bernie Sanders, that no, shut up. We're going to pay Bernie off and we're giving you Hillary.
What did they pay
did it
Bernie?
in 2020.
How much did they pay Bernie?
They did it in 2020.
How much did they pay
What?
Bernie?
I think they paid him $2 million
And where can I find that information?
when he bought that new house.
So that would clearly be speculation and conjecture, right?
Well, he's only a sitting senator.
That
and
would
he's
clearly be
already a
speculation.
multimillionaire.
Again, that by definition, if you can't say there's some concrete proof, it's speculation and
Emanuel.
conjecture, right? Do you know what speculation
oh,
is?
my goodness.
Do you know what speculation
No,
is?
bro, I'm talking about the fact.
No,
that the
you're
Democrat Party-
speculating.
the Democrat
You're speculating.
No,
Look.
listen.
Here is a clear case
Bro,
of
I'm not
speculation.
speculating. I'm trying to
Bernie
tell you
Sanders
what's
bought a
actually
house for
happening.
$2 million, and that means that the Democrats paid him $2 million to drop out of the race so that Hillary Clinton could get the nomination. That's the definition of
Okay.
speculation, bro.
No, but don't you remember 2016?
You're trying to
the
get away from the
Democrat
fact that you're
voters-
speculating?
No, I'm asking you a question.
But
now.
but
Can
but
I?
first admit that you're speculating.
Of course, that's what everybody
Okay.
does. I don't know shit for a fact. You don't either.
All right. Some
my
stuff I
point
know
is-
for a fact. I don't state stuff for a fact that I don't know for a fact. You
Well,
do.
You just said that Republicans stormed Democrat headquarters. So
I never said
let's
that.
not go there.
I never said that.
But anyway, Manuel, listen. Bro,
So you can't use
All
logic. You don't understand what facts
I know,
is. You don't know what speculation is, and you
Manuel.
can't hear.
Manuel,
You batting
can I ask
1,000.
you a question?
You may.
Because you be grilling me like I'm on the stand or something.
You called in saying
Oh, my
nonsense.
goodness. No, okay, but let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Do you think that in 2016 and 2020 that the Democrat voters wanted someone other than the one who got the nominee for the Democrat Party?
Some of them, I'm sure, yes.
2016, Hillary got the nominee, and 2020, Joe Biden got it because of South Carolina.
Some of them, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm just, again, they have a track record, just like Al Sharpton has a track record.
Drop
So
that.
if
That
they
was,
do
and I
something-
try
if
not to
they
use
do
this term.
something- If they do something
That was
different
a foolish
from their
question. That was a
track
stupid
record,
question. That was a
does
stupid
not
question.
change who they are.
But just so you know, that was a stupid question.
The Democrats have done it again. That's
Okay,
all I'm
hold on. Let
saying.
me
And it
ask
must
you.
be fine.
Let me ask you the same
must be
dumb
fine.
question that you just asked me. Do you believe that in 2016 there were some Republicans that wanted a different candidate?
Yes.
So what's the point in asking such a stupid question?
Stupid is and stupid does.
Apparently you are. Yes, that was such a stupid question. Clearly, there's always gonna be someone in the party who wants a different candidate. Clearly. I think he thought he had something there. What? Oh. But yeah, I all of this crying and you know, kind of hand wringing about, oh, they taking away democracy. This happens all the time. happens. Candidates drop out. And if they have delegates, those delegates go to other candidates. Happens all the time. Okay, this ain't the exact same as all of that other stuff. But they didn't break no laws in doing this. Well, Joe Biden, he has to finish running. Well, if he want to drop out, he not allowed. We're not going to let him drop out. You got to keep running. Well, they telling him they not going to give him no money. It don't matter. He got to keep running. That's just foolish. Don't work like that. He gets to drop out. He gets to drop out. Al Sharpton, he going down there for Kamala Harris because she running for president. What? I don't even understand the logic behind that. And y'all know, because somebody said if it wasn't a national story, he wouldn't go. I don't know that to be true. And really neither do you. I could imagine it's possible. I'm not saying it's the case. It's possible that he hears things about stories that don't make national headlines all the time, and he goes and meets with and supports families kind of on a regular basis. Is that possible? Is it possible? Well, you didn't hear about the story, so you wouldn't know that he went and talked to Miss Viola because her son was killed. Because it wasn't a national story. But it's possible that he heard something. He said, oh, that's horrible. There's nothing for me to do. The guy's been arrested. He's been charged. Great. But I want to show this family that I care. What's so wrong about that? Oh, he a race pimp. What did he say that was race pimpage? CK.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, man, I was listening to that drop, man. Drop came with that, you see the problem? Now I think Trump got blood on his hands. Because you see how he would, if you would lie, watch that tape and lie about how that lady got murdered, you is justifying that homicide. He remember, it's not suicide by cop because he asked her to go get the water. She didn't just open the door with some water in her hand. He the one brought up the water. I wish you would have hit him with that when he talking about suicide. He asked her to get the water, and when he was getting the water, she said something, and then he said, what? And he said, Jesus, I rebuke you in Jesus' name. So you cannot try to blame the woman when she didn't have no water in her hand, and he told her to get the water. So that rules out the suicide by cop, doesn't it?
It does to me, yes.
Yeah, because, that was his point. He said she tried to use water. No, she wasn't thinking about no water. The cop was worried about, he shouldn't even say nothing about the water in my eyes. I really do believe, now tell me this, if the water doesn't come up as a subject, I think she's still alive. She's still alive, unless he made up another reason to kill her.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so let's put Drop out there like that. He made up a lie, but I'm saying you have black people that defend this. When Joe Biden passed that law for who was it, Chinese people or Japan people, the laws to protect them.
Asians, yes.
Asian, I'm sorry, sir. Asian, right? This is the problem with black people. Oh. If he passes that law for us, you're going to hear us complaining. I didn't hear one Asian person complaining about him putting the law in. You would have had black people just like Drop saying, what the fuck black people need a law for? What? They just always asking for stuff. We the ones do it. We justify. You're not gonna hear if a police murdered an Asian person, you're not gonna hear Asian people defending the damn police for murdering their people. That's what you gotta identify as a black man. So when you say we like everybody else, no, we're not. We're the people who defend our killers.
Well,
we defend our oppressors.
CK, here is some of us, some black people do that. I think there's a reason why they do that. Some of it is this whole identity politics. If you don't, this isn't everyone, but if you don't like, you've been conditioned to not like you, to not like your people, then you're going to see wrong in everything from your people. And you're going to try to identify as best as you can with those people who told you that your people was bad. And that I see and hear a lot of that going on. They told me we was bad, so I think we bad, so everything we do is bad, and even if we didn't do it bad, then we did something bad to make the bad happen because we're bad people. And I don't identify with us, I identify with them. I see and hear that a lot.
So let's give credit to Trump for conditioning America to make police feel comfortable to murder black women in their house.
It ain't just Trump. Hold on. It ain't just Trump, just so you know. It ain't just Trump. This has been going on well before Trump.
You're right. But I believe he brought an ideology of, I could do what I want. When he said that, I could shoot somebody, he brought an ideology. And I can guarantee you 1,000%. No, I can't say it, but 99%. That man a Trump supporter. I guarantee you ain't even got to do just do a little research. You're gonna find out you're a Trump supporter. Because a Joe Biden supporter, I don't even think would have shot him. That seems like the motive of a Trump supporter. So stop we lose. We got blood on our hands. So who gives a fuck if Trump gets shot at an assassination? Stop having compassion for him. He ain't got no compassion for us. Have he spoke out for this family? That's one thing too. Stop worrying about him if he died, he died. Nobody give a fuck if Trump gets smoked. Because he don't give a fuck about our people getting smoked. Matter of fact, he tried to kill the Central Park 5. We got too much damn compassion. And this type of stuff is what's bringing on these assassination attempts. You playing with people's emotions. You got to drop a black man calling, defending. How you got a black man defending that shit? So he'll defend Rodney King then.
I believe he probably
been hit like that.
If I'm being honest, I think he probably would.
Yep. That's the problem. And that's the problem. We gotta be strong. We gotta go for justice. And I do. And you see how you proved him wrong with he said you are what's the word he used? Speculation?
Yes.
You speculating, and he said something else. And then
Conjecture.
You said, ain't that what you doing? Conjecture and speculation. You said, ain't that what you doing? And then he said, oh, everybody does it. That's what I was telling you when me and you had the miracle debate. I was the first one. I said, I'm the one that can admit to losing debate. He lost. Everybody seen he lost because of the words, but he still couldn't be man enough to be like, okay, you got me. You got me. Why? What was so hard about saying, okay, you beat me in this debate, man? Because you clearly won, right?
Well, I don't know that I won. He didn't have a real argument. So I don't know that you can win with somebody who admits that they're not using facts or logic.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you opened up the fight with that. You said this shit is not. You're not even telling the truth in your thing. So that's what I'm saying. That's Donald Trumpish. This is what Trump does. Hey man, reason why he shot her because she was about to hit him in the face with a pot of water. Oh, for real? E-Man had to watch the tape. Why you lie to me? E-Man got his own people lying to him. They lying to E-Man, man, about his people.
What he said, what Twin said was definitely not true. But maybe he just misunderstood what he was seeing.
No, he was on the same side as Trump. How you keep getting away from Trump? It's the same. I could see if it was a Biden supporting. These are the same people that supporting Trump that supporting her death. So what does that tell you? Now, if he was a Trump supporter and said he was wrong, then it would go against my theory. But the Trump supporters are like, she shouldn't have answered the door. What she expect? You shouldn't be boiling water when the cop come to your house. Shit, you got other time to make ramen noodles. What, she was trying to eat a hot dog? This how these motherfuckers sound. Stop giving them the defense. These people are with it. And like I said, he has not said, and what you said, we going to give immunity, diplomatic immunity to all police. Ain't that Trump?
He does. I imagine he would like to see them all have immunity.
There it is. That's what Drop was giving them, immunity, before the law was in. Man, hey, I'm irate, man. I'm going to have to listen to you, man. I got tears coming down the left cheek. But, man, rest in peace to that beautiful woman. You know, I feel for her family. She was a good person. And her last words, you know, she tried to tell Jesus, you know, tell him about Jesus. He was offended. But, man, all right, man, I'm going to get back to work, man. Love your program.
All right, CK. I appreciate your call. All right, that was CK. Yeah. It's terrible stuff. Ron says speculation. What speculation, Ron? Didn't Donald Trump, I don't want to say it wrong, because if I say it wrong, then they'll say, you know, you lying. But he did something along the lines of, suspending investigations of police wrongdoing when he was in office. Somebody will be able to say exactly what it was. But yeah, he's a little bit for police misconduct. Maybe even more than a little bit. He's a little bit more than a little bit for police conduct. A misconduct, that is. So I'm not sure that that's speculation. Uh, 513-717-KING. It's 513-717-5464. Ron says, I never seen it. I ain't even gonna argue with you. Cause you ain't gonna be genuine. I'm always genuine. Just because I don't come to the same conclusion that you do doesn't mean I'm not genuine. But hold on a second. Hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can look this up. They keep coming up with, I don't care about they think I'm asking about the investigation into Trump's shooting. I have to look it up afterwards, Ron. But I'll look it up and I'll send you the information, which I'm guessing won't really matter. Here's one thing I know. As it stands right now, I don't care what you tell. And I'm being honest. I'm an honest guy. As it stands right now, I don't care what you tell me about Kamala Harris, her record of prosecuting black men, the number of people that she had sexual relations with, how many times she cheated on a test in college, whether or not she believed that ICE is the same as KKK. It almost don't matter what you tell me about Kamala Harris. There's nothing that's going to change my mind about voting against Donald Trump. And to me, a vote against Donald Trump is a vote right now for Kamala Harris. Now, guess what? If Kamala Harris drop out tomorrow and then pledge her delegates to Bernie Sanders, then I'll be telling you there's nothing you can tell me about Bernie Sanders that's going to make me not vote against Donald Trump, which would then be a vote for Bernie Sanders. So I'll send you the information when I find it, Ron. But I'm certain that won't change your mind about voting for Trump. But if somebody can look it up for me, Trump, when he got in office, he halted investigations, like Department of Justice investigations into wrongdoing in police, all the consent decrees and all that kind of stuff. He halted all of those. Halted might not be, but they were not supposed to be doing no new investigations under the Trump administration. Ron says, why would you say I said all that? I didn't say that you said anything. I didn't say that you said anything. Jerica says, aphasia doesn't make you cuss, Ron. There's no way for you to know that. Maybe he got a different kind of aphasia, and that affects him in that way. You definitely said I said it. What did I say that you say? Or what did I say that you say? What did I say that you said? I didn't say that you said anything. I didn't say that you said anything. 7 wants to know, how many times has that happened under the Democratic Party? Well, none that I'm aware of, but if you can tell me, then if you believe that it happened under the Democratic Party, then let me know. Dante says, so if his eggplant was running against Trump, would you vote for it? Yep. If your eggplant got the Democratic nomination this cycle, I would vote for it. I don't actually think that they nominate eggplants. But if they did, I would vote for it. I already told y'all, my line is Satan himself. Satan himself. And then I wouldn't vote for Satan, and I wouldn't vote for Trump. I would just stay home. So that's my line. Whoever else you put in there, they pretty much got my vote on the Democratic side. That's my line. What else? There was something else I wanted to discuss. That's right. These nuts did get some votes for president. I remember that. As a matter of fact, I was in Detroit last night and I saw somebody still got the bumper sticker, "These nuts for president." That's true. I'm not making that up. Oh, yeah, I saw that last night. There was something else. I didn't just want to talk about that. And, I did mention earlier that the Republican machine, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I'm not mad at the Republicans for doing what they are supposed to do. I told y'all, this is one of those deals where you throw everything against the wall to see what sticks. You throw everything against the wall to see what sticks. And they are doing that. I've been listening to conservative talk radio, and I've had to be 50 new theories about Kamala Harris. And one theory, she is just so dumb. She can't think, she can't write, she can't argue. She's the dumbest person in the world. Another theory is she is some sort of a genius, where she's manipulated all of this behind the scenes. Since Obama was president, she has manipulated everything to get her to this point today. So she's a stupid, illiterate, non-thinking, genius mastermind. It's one of those things where you throw everything and you see something people are going to gravitate towards and they're going to grab on, and then you let all of the other stuff go. I heard the clip about ICE is the same as the KKK. I heard that clip last night. They are still harping on Joe Biden for some reason. Some of them haven't been able to shift their argument yet. they're still harping on Joe Biden is not mentally stable enough to be the president. But at the same time, they're mad that he dropped out and is no longer going to be the president after this election, which makes no sense to me. If you don't think that he's stable enough, and this is Republicans, if you don't think that he's stable enough to be president right now, why are you mad that he dropped out of the race? Wouldn't that have been what you wanted? Like, just drop, like, bro, it's about the country over you, all right? We don't want you to be the president. We didn't want you to be the president, so we're glad that you dropped out because you're not mentally stable enough to be the president. They want him still on the ticket. They are mad that he's not on the ticket. Now, we know they're mad that he's not on the ticket because they perceive that they could beat Joe Biden. And he still hasn't told us why. He ain't got to tell you why. He dropped out. There's no rule, no law that says that if you drop out, you have to tell everybody why. There's no law that says that. So some of them are still caught up. And, maybe they'll stay there. They wasted time trying to come up with something. They're still stuck on Joe. And by the time that they formulated something and came up with something that they can grasp on about Kamala, it'll be too late. It'll be too late. Seabreeze says, and knowing why he dropped out wouldn't change the outcome. Exactly. What reason is it that he could give you that you'd say, okay, cool, we support you dropping out? You made the best move for the country. There's no reason that he could give them. They don't really want one anyway. They just want something to complain about. Daryl says they're scared to death that Kamala is about to pull Obama and win the White House. The young folks are now motivated to vote. What's funny is, not yesterday, Wednesday, I heard, who was I listening to? I don't remember who the host was. I don't know who the host was, but it was Wednesday. It was on 700, and they were making the argument that people shouldn't vote for her. Black people shouldn't vote for her because Barack Obama won't even endorse her. Barack Obama has said that she's not worthy of his endorsement. And then, of course, Barack Obama comes out and endorses her. And today they were saying, well, of course Barack Obama's going to endorse her. She's been his puppet the whole time. Which is it? Which is it? I really want y'all to, I know it's hard, but listen to some of the arguments that they make. They don't make sense. Drop says, stop saying he dropped out. He was forced out. He still dropped out. He still dropped out. Whether he was forced to drop out or not, he dropped out. Because he could still be in there. He could always say, I'm not dropping out. I'm not dropping out. He could always say that. Preston says he's having a conversation with his barber and Gen Z isn't going for the Democratic agenda. Well, we'll see. We'll see. They may or they may not. I'm sure your barber doesn't represent all Gen Zers. He represents, or she represents themselves. And maybe their circle of, I'm going to say, influence. See, there's again, y'all, understand, there is a thing. This is the reason Shahara says, you missed my question. I did miss your question. Please ask it again if you don't mind. Shahara, you be getting all sensitive when I don't see your question. Like I'm doing it, somehow personally against you. I don't hold your heightism against you in that way. All right? You can be heightist, and I still will pay attention to your questions when I run across them. Okay, I scrolled back and I found it. The heightist asked this question. She said, the issue of her prosecuting black men will be the real issue. I know a guy who was vehemently against her when I'm saying she ran with Biden because of that. What do you suggest to say to those men? If you don't want to vote for her, then don't vote for her. But I would ask them, if you're against her prosecuting black men, so you're going to vote for Trump, who wanted to see black men put to death for a crime that they didn't even commit. Make that make sense. But I wouldn't actually argue with those people. I would actually just say, look, if you don't want to vote for her, because this is the way I see it. If you don't want to vote for Kamala, don't vote for Kamala. Just like for Ron. If Ron wants to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. If Drop Squad want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. If Twin does not want to vote, don't vote. It ain't my job to make that argument to none of them. It's not my job. I find, though, and this could be what's the word of the day? Speculation and I forget the other word. Conjecture. In my opinion, most people who are offended by a prosecutor prosecuting crimes, they're usually not voters anyway. And that might be the best thing. I am not one of those people who believe that everybody should vote. If you're voting for Donald Trump because he now has 34 felonies and so he a G now, he a gangster, and that's what we need in the White House, you might not should vote. They shouldn't take your right to vote. But you're not the best judge of character. Or maybe much of anything. So you not voting might be best for the system. That's just one of them things. It's just how I see it. And the prosecutors prosecuting ends for breaking in the cars and robbing people and shooting people. And how dare they gonna prosecute people for shooting people and selling drugs and that. Yeah, you might not should vote. You can stay home. You can stay home. I'm comfortable with some people not voting. That's just me, though. That's just me. She prosecuted black men. What did they do? They murdered people. And how you gonna prosecute a black man for murder? Did he murder him? Well, it don't matter if he murdered him when she prosecuting him. Stay home. Stay home. Don't vote for her. Just stay home. I'm voting for Trump. Why you voting for Trump? He a G. He a gangster. He got 34 felonies and he got people shooting at him. That's gangster shit. I'm voting for Trump. No, you just stay home. Just stay home. Just stay home. There's a good chance that there's a good chance that, number one, you're not that bright. I'm not saying that you're not, but there's a good chance that you're not. So there's a good chance you're not that bright. There's a good chance that you're not a pillar of society. You know what I'm saying? There's a good chance that all the negative stuff that we talk about in the community, you've participated in. And still don't probably see nothing wrong with it. And there's a good chance that maybe, if we follow your mindset, society will be much worse. So sometimes everybody trying to tell people, vote. Everybody should vote. Everybody. So-and-so died for your right to vote. So-and-so gave their life for your right to vote. So-and-so this. I don't know that they died for your right to vote. They would probably tell you, like, don't vote. I could see Dr. King saying, I don't think you should vote, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Well, you think that he a G, and you gonna vote for him because he a G. My brother, you should just stay home. I can see that happening. So, yeah. Let them people stay home. Jason.
You made a comparison that was kind of wild to me, so I had to call in.
All right.
And it's been a while. You said, and I understand our legal system isn't perfect, but it's extremely biased towards black people. You said Kamala Harris prosecuted some black folks versus Donald Trump said he wanted some to do the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge difference there. One actually took action, which I understand is her job. And, it's a lot of brothers sitting in jail right now that probably shouldn't be there. But Trump just said, and it made me think a while ago, you probably don't remember, you said you were going to sit down and piece together all the things that Donald Trump did against black people while he was in office. And I forgot to remind you that you never did that.
Okay. Well, let me deal with issue number one. You're right. There's a difference between him saying and taking out a full-page ad asking for a death penalty of some young black men and a prosecutor prosecuting some black men that, hopefully she believes they committed crimes. All right? There's a difference. Of course, one of the main differences is he was not in power at the time. So the comparison isn't about exactly what they did. The comparison is about the mindset behind what they did. Because given power, it's reasonable to believe that Mr. Trump don't have no problem with a lot of injustices going on. Like, I don't remember his position on George Floyd, but I don't recall him coming out very strongly against those law enforcement officers who killed him. Do you?
No. I thought presidents were supposed to, not saying they can't if they don't want to, but I thought they stayed out of that, and the best they did was, I'm going to send the Justice Department down there to investigate.
I think, but actually, that also makes a point that if you have a president who won't send the Justice Department to investigate police misconduct, that's problematic.
It is. But Trump did have 4 years in office, and I don't recall any bills, laws, or anything like that. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, just anti-black people. I don't really want, I'm kind of, what did y'all say, afflicted? Because I don't like Trump. I didn't like Trump before he ran. I watched him on TV one time, and I looked at him, and I was like, that dude's a piece of shit. But I also look at Biden the same way. That dude's a piece of shit.
Well, so luckily, Biden's not running anymore.
Even if he was.
But he's not.
Know. You said he's not?
No.
Well, I mean, I kind of view Harris in the same way. I watched a video the other day of her in a debate, and she got tore up. And the way she was just standing there, I don't like people that do stuff, and then their only response to them doing stuff is, so? Like, okay, it happened, and that was her look, and that was her kind of her response too. Like, okay, and like you literally, this person literally called you out on some serious stuff, and she just kind of sat there like, eh. So
Do you recall what it was that she was called out on?
blocking evidence that would have freed a man who didn't do the crime.
Oh, that's horrible.
She knew she was doing it.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Like, and like if you was to say, she just stood there like the lady was blasting her, and she just kind of stood there, and the look on her face really pissed me off because she just was like, so. She didn't say it. Don't get me wrong. She didn't say so. But it's like, you know how somebody stands there real smug and arrogant, like, okay, and I did it, and ain't nothing going to happen. So what's your point here? That's the look she had, and I can't vote for somebody like that. And the fact that she said she was the first Asian American vice president. So
Was she?
you got to claim one. You got to claim them all. I wouldn't be mad if she said, "Look, I'm blazing," or whatever they say. All right, cool. Then you can branch off from there.
And I would be
but
mad
when you
about
just strongly pick one, huh?
No, I would be mad about that. I'm for.
What's wrong with blazing? Hold on, they call themselves blazing.
Yeah, I don't like that. I would be for. Saying, look, I'm black, I'm Asian, add all that stuff in there, as opposed to I'm not black, I'm not Asian, I'm not this, and then combine it all. No, you're all of it.
That's what I mean. If she would have said it first, like I'm all of this, and then branched off, like you can't just play the black card and then humbly back off and be like, change my mind.
Did she play the black card? I mean, this is a question. If you are, say black and Indian, but you grow up and whatever, embrace your blackness, and so people look at you and they identify you as black, and you just roll with it because, you've grown up in blackness. But then somebody asks, and you're like, hold on, I'm Indian too. You know what I'm saying? Ain't her mama Indian?
Nah, she didn't say too, but yeah, her mama's Indian.
Yeah, I'm saying, so like she grew
her
up
Jamaican. Though.
With,
so does that make you black? Aren't Jamaicans Jamaicans?
They black.
People are black Americans.
The black ones are black. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought all Jamaicans were of African descent and just called themselves Jamaican.
No, some white people live over there in Jamaica, born and raised.
They don't count. That don't count. They go to birth everywhere and call themselves whatever they want. It's white people born in Japan. I swear to God, they Japanese and they white as hell. But they don't count.
But no, you black if you are a black Jamaican. You black.
All right. Okay. I'm not arguing. I'm just that was more like a knowledge for me because in my head, everybody in Jamaica that's from Jamaica is black because we know how the slave trade works. So they just kind of dropped them off over there and then left.
All right. But look, and again, I'm not telling you, Jason, vote for Kamala. I'm not telling you vote for Trump. You do whatever it is that you feel is right.
I'm probably independent again.
Huh?
I haven't seen any of their candidates. I don't even know if independents are running this year.
Yeah.
I think they might be sitting out.
Yeah, Robert Kennedy Jr. is running. I was about to call him Cornell Howard. Cornel West is running. I think the Libertarians have a candidate. I don't know who it is. But yeah, no, there are definitely independents running.
I have to check that out. Have you been following wrestling?
Of course.
You got to kind of settle an argument while the second person isn't here.
All right.
My friend has gone crazy over Liv Morgan. Can you give me your top 5 female wrestlers based on looks?
Ooh, that's difficult.
That's not difficult. You just have to pick 5 of them. I can give you mine.
Okay, give me yours.
But he disagrees with a few of them.
Okay.
I would say number 1, Bianca Belair. Number 2, Jade Cargill.
I would flip those two.
Parker.
Well, I would. I'm a pause
It's my
you.
list, not yours.
Well, hold on. Because I had to think about it out loud. I would definitely put Jade Cargill up there above Bianca Belair, but Bianca wouldn't be number 2. But go ahead.
Parker from NXT, Lola from NXT, and the 5th one, Tiffy number 3, Parker, Lola, and that rounds out my top 5.
I don't know. I don't watch NXT. Don't know why. I just can't get into it. So I don't know about that.
Because it's like a generic wrestler, but they do have some decent people over there.
I believe they do. Yeah. But I would definitely say Jade is up there. I would put what is her name? But just so you know, all mine would be sisters. All mine would be. Well, hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I might put CM Punk's wife in there. She's an attractive girl.
AJ Lee?
AJ is an attractive girl.
Oh, I see you go crazy too.
I might put just the current crop. What's the Puerto Rican girl?
Ooh, the one that run with Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, but her name is it's getting away from me. I can't think of her name.
But yeah, I might.
She's from Dominican, and she. I thought she was a Dominican, or not Dominican. Yeah, she is Puerto Rican because she be wearing that little flag.
Yeah. She's up in there. I would put. What was her name? Jackie.
Oh, you're going all time.
Oh, we're just talking current.
Well, when me and him were, but you can go all time. That's valid too. I didn't think of all time. I'd have to sit down and redo the list.
See, because that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking all time. So if we just talking current, then okay, yeah, definitely Jade. I guess you could put Bianca in there. She's not an attractive woman to me.
Go on, put your girl Naomi in there.
Oh, definitely Naomi.
What spot? 1 or 2? Cargill can't be number 1 if Naomi's number 1.
No. Cargill is number 1. Naomi would be right now, I guess, number 2. I don't know, man. Just off the top of my head, I can't even call it.
But I didn't hear no Liv Morgan, and he keep putting Liv Morgan up in like the number 2 spot, and I was like, man, you must be crazy.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put Liv Morgan in there. I will put the Puerto Rican girl. I will put her in there before Liv Morgan. Even though AJ ain't currently wrestling, they trying to get her to come back. I will put her in there before Liv Morgan. I would put Mommy.
In the top 5?
I would put, yeah.
See, I had her at like 6. It just depends on how she looked at the time. When she grew her hair back, I was like, okay, that's an improvement.
I mean, I hate when people say this, but for a Caucasian woman, she got a nice little body on her.
She sure do. She's stacked. I know.
Yeah.
I know who doesn't skip gym day.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I just noticed that recently because I don't really be looking at, Caucasian women like that because I'm much more attracted to darker skinned black women. So I don't really look at Caucasian women hardly ever. But it was something that she did, and she turned around, and I was like, oh, I didn't notice that. So yeah, but I don't know.
What about Bailey?
No.
At all?
No. Bailey, but only because recently Bailey has picked up a little weight, which I knew was gonna happen. Before she picked up the weight, she wasn't body wise, she wasn't bad.
So you don't like Bailey with the weight?
No.
To each their own. I can't knock it. Zelina Vega. It just jumped out. Okay,
Thank you, Les. Zelina Vega.
Back in my head. That
Yeah.
was killing me not to be able to think of her name.
I appreciate it because it was killing me too. But I think she's an attractive girl. Yeah.
She is. It's something like her face is a little too thin for me, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But wrestling-wise, she's pretty good. Some of the females that they don't give a push to, like they got the tag team title sitting in the hands of two females that sound like they talking with mashed potatoes in their mouth, and it really bothers me because they have not wrestled one match for those titles since they got them. And it's like, if you just wanted belt warmers, why didn't you just strip Belair or Jade? They say Jade still ain't getting her ring stuff together. So why didn't you just say she hurt herself and put her on vacation and then have her practice and put the tag team titles up? You know, like, they had to relinquish the titles.
I
Not
agree.
just hand them to some mush mouth white chicks because they from Ireland or wherever the fuck they from.
I agree.
But I think that's the other day I was talking about guns. And as a gun person, I would kind of like you not to talk about guns on your show no more. Because you be having people that get on here and type, and they don't know what they're talking about. If I'm shooting at somebody and I have an AR, I guarantee you got to get 300 yards before I can't tag you in your ass cheek.
And again, I've never shot an AR, but I might get a chance to do this weekend when I think about it. I've never shot an AR, so I can't really say. I don't know. But
If it's a dialed-in AR, you are tagging somebody from way off in the distance.
the experts, so-called experts, are saying that is not a good weapon to attempt 150-yard shot.
I don't know what kind of ARs they using because mine, it is. Now, if you picking your weapon and you say, ooh, AR versus an actual sniper rifle or a rifle, all right, yeah, you got a point there because now you have a better option. But just like if you wanted to take the shot, yeah, very accurate.
Okay.
They have people that shoot them boys at 200 yards and get a damn good grouping.
All right.
But other than that, I think I missed the wrestling report this week with Brett. Should have been nothing, no way. Maybe he'll call in now that I said his name. Hopefully he don't call in all upset and talking bad about me.
We won't let that happen.
He gonna do it. He always slide his little jokey jokes in, but I think that's all I had.
All right. I appreciate you.
All right. Yep.
All right. And my OSHA, just so you know, look, I'm all about openness and transparency and communication. Mrs. Livingston is well aware of the fact that I can't call nobody's name today, but she is well aware of the fact that Rhea Ripley is being watched when she's on the television. I have these conversations. Y'all don't understand. I talk. I communicate. You know what I'm saying? We get everything is on the table. So she know that when Rhea Ripley is in the ring, walking to the ring, doing anything, I'm looking. And she all right with it. Because it's just looking. Brent.
I don't know what to say. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you and Mrs. Livingston have that understanding on wrestlers or female wrestlers and everything. But oh well, to each his own.
Yeah, I told y'all, Mrs. Livingston woke me up once because Bianca Belair was coming out and I had fallen asleep. She was like, "There's your girl. I know you want to watch her, so whatever." Because she ain't worried.
Did she say, "There's your girl," or "There's your girl"? We better wake up so you can see her go down to the ring.
No, she did not say the latter. No, she definitely didn't. Trust me, she ain't worried about nobody.
Oh yeah, I definitely hear you on that one. What was going on? Oh, Facebook Jason said my name, and my name ain't Joe Hendry, but hey, I'll pop up and say something about wrestling. I want to talk to, hello, LaDonna. It's time for the wrestling report. But I only want to talk about one match in particular that I saw on Wednesday. Did you happen to see AEW, their Blood and Guts match?
I didn't.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, their Blood and Guts match is similar to, well, it's a rip-off of the War Games Match Beyond from the old NWA days.
Okay.
Where it's two rings with cages, and these rings now have a top to it, and two men start off, and every so many minutes another man comes out, and the heel
so they
team
finally
always has the advantage.
So they finally put a top on it, because initially they didn't have a top on it, right?
Yes, it had a partial top, so right in the middle it was open, but no one climbed to the top this go round. So, but it was pretty good. It was one team was the executive VPs. Who else was it? The Cowboy, Hangman Adam Page, he was on the team. You had the Japanese guy Okada, and I'm missing one person. But on the other side, you had the AEW champion Swerve Strickland. You had the acclaimed, the High Yellow Rapping Brothers. Who else? Oh, I'm sounding like Jason with these ums. I got to change it up. Who were the other two? I can't think of the other two right now. But it was a pretty good match. But at one point in the match, they had Swerve Strickland surrounded, and each of the members of the heel team had staple guns. And they took turns, staple him in his chest, staple him in his back. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
And even if they didn't have any staples in it, because they didn't zoom in or anything, but if you've ever accidentally had a staple gun and didn't have any staples in it and you hit yourself with it, oh, you would remember.
Yeah, because that thing still come out.
Yes. Yes. So that was, and it had on the heel team, you had the scapegoat, the 90210 little boy, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't think of his name, but I knew Jungle Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. But and you had Kung Fu Redneck, them boys. What's his name? The one with the two missing front teeth.
I have no idea.
The Briscoes.
Okay.
Because remember last year his older brother died in a car accident.
Right.
So they put the ROH belt on him. But they had some good sequences. You know, you had the back and forth, but it was a really good match. You want to see a good War Game style match? That is definitely one of them. They threatened to put to torch. Who was that on fire? They threatened to put. They poured gasoline allegedly on one of them and said, "If you don't give me this match, I'm going to set them on fire." And I'm like, why are they always trying to murder people nowadays in wrestling, whether it's AEW or WWE? They're always talking about murder.
Yes, they are.
Eventually he said no, and I'm like, well, he should have went ahead and lit him up. But quick tangent on the wrestling front. Did you have a chance to use your burner account to see the Mr. Leonard event?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Because that's the first time that I've seen who was on there. It was the Black Lion. I had never seen the Black Lion before because his picture is an avatar, and he reminded me of New Jack from ECW, with his headband and the dark sunglasses, and he had the belly too and everything. And I was like, yeah, that is New Jack. But
I don't see it. But okay.
You know, him and Lincoln were very cordial, and they talked and everything. And so, Lincoln moved the goalposts again on him on being able to call back in. But oh well, your show, you set the rules, you run it how you want to run it.
He was already able to call back in.
I
gave up my call-in privilege just for him to call in.
No, but Lincoln added the stipulation. Now he has to register to vote, and then come out of the voting booth and get a sticker. So the goalpost got moved again. So you gave up your voting privileges for nothing. So I think that's since that's a broken contract, then you could call. Nah, I'm not gonna start no mess. Don't call in. Listen to your wife.
I'm not. I still listen though, because I like talk radio.
Yep. Yeah, but there are a couple of pay-per-views coming up over the next couple of weeks. Next weekend is SummerSlam, and AEW has a pay-per-view coming up here.
Yeah, they're going back to Wembley Stadium, ain't they?
Yes. Yes. So we'll have plenty of wrestling to talk about. If my other son should be here, so I should be able to watch it and have a good rundown of what happened if I don't fall asleep. Because sometimes they be going too late in the night.
They do.
And I'm getting older, so if I don't get that nap in, I'm sounding like Uncle Lincoln now, talking about I need to go home and take a nap so I can survive the weekend.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But all right, Abe, will you take it easy? Have a good weekend. And Facebook, Jason, keep my name out your Mickey Ficky mouth. But there's going to be consequences and repercussions.
All right, Brent. Appreciate your call.
Later.
Now, again, for those who are just joining, I won't be here Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to a funeral in the state of Alabama. Cousin passed away, so headed down there. So I won't be in Monday or Tuesday. And I probably won't remember to post it because, I'll be at a funeral. So I will not be in on Monday or Tuesday. Let's see. Hold on. I saw a couple questions that I wanted to address. Brian wants to know, did you and Lincoln mend the fence? No, not at all. He is who he is. I am who I am. And that is what it is. And I'm not beefing with him. He's beefing with me. And when he decides to stop beefing, which I don't perceive will happen, because it's not really just him beefing. He's got pressure to beef with me. He's got pressure to beef with me. It's not like he just decided we beefing. People with him decided that we beefing. So people basically told him to be beefing with me. And you know what I'm saying? What can you do? What can you do? So I get it. Let's see. Myosha said, you beefing with the whole Ware family. I am not beefing with anybody. I'm not beefing with anybody. Daryl says, you called his daughter Big Face. I did not. I didn't say anybody's name. I didn't say anybody's name. Even though I was talking about his daughter. But I didn't say anybody's name. Let's see. I think Nate said, asked a question about the account. No. I'm blocked. Actually, a few of my accounts are blocked. A few of my accounts are blocked. And Mrs. Livingston said, look, I know you having fun because you enjoy stuff like that. I know you having fun, but just let it go. Just let it go. So I said, okay. And I just let it go. So I don't watch his show online anymore. LaDonna says she knew you meant her. Yeah, I didn't say it to be secretive. But in a court of law, you can't prove that I was talking about her. Well, you could now because I've admitted it, but no. You have to be strategic. Trust me, there's a reason why I do the stuff that I do the way that I do it. Let's see. Vincent says, so stop calling him a good dude. I mean, when I say he a good dude, he ain't running around murdering people. You know what I'm saying? He ain't selling drugs. He He got issues. Everybody got issues. He's not running around, harming the community per se. Some of his positions may be harmful to the community, but that's all subjective. But he's not running around harming the community. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never, I was about to say he ain't never tried to do no physical harm to me, but that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. He has tried, but it didn't pan out. Nakia says, that's my family. Oh, I know. I know that's your family. I've been aware of that for a while. And I just be honest. Family or not, honesty is honesty. Honesty is honesty. Like I said, I'm not beefing with them. They beefing with me. Because I tell the truth. And that's all I do. I don't lie on people. I don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, overall, he a good dude. Just because we have our differences don't mean he not a good dude. So, yeah, I tell the truth. Hey, when you hear me and my own brother get into it over different things, you got to understand I am a truth teller. That's what I do. I don't hate on people unless they deserve it or they start it. I don't lie on people. I just tell the truth. I don't like the way this shirt is sitting now that he, did what he did. I don't like the way the shirt is sitting. And the collar, when I wash it, hopefully it'll straighten up. But yeah, that's it for that. Lamont says he a S-bag. I don't know about that. He a little emotional. And again, he's not a flawless human, but who amongst us are? So, hey, if they want to beef, they can beef. I'm all right with it. It is what it is. Ross says you got a V-neck on. This is not a V-neck. Sierra missed the last 20 minutes. What are we talking about? Nothing. We're talking about nothing. Nothing at all. Dave Stinger says he's flawless. I've never heard Dave Stinger say that. Let me see. I got to get ready to get out of here. LaDonna says it's silly. What's silly? I don't know what's silly. What we're talking about. The beef is silly. If you say it's nothing, it must be something related to a beef. People, I don't even know how it came up. Somebody asked me if I was using a burner account to watch Lincoln's show, and I'm like, whatever. I no, not anymore. So that's it. The real beef started. The real beef started because I told Raven the truth. That day when he said, something about she could do a better job producing his show, but she wouldn't do it because she wanted to take his job. And that reminded me of him saying that exact same thing about me before he sicked those people on me to try to get me fired. And I don't want to see Raven go through that. And so I just told Raven, all I did was I cautioned her. Watch yourself, cover yourself, you know what I'm saying? Be aware of what's going on. And what I meant by that is all the stuff that I went through could have been squashed real quick if when I found out about it, if I would have just taken some precautionary steps, like recording myself screening certain callers. So when they said that I said certain stuff, like I said, we don't let pink people on the air. It would have been evidence that he never said that. Many different things that I could have done to kind of cover myself for that. And that was what I was trying to let her know, that once he's made up his mind that you want his job, he's in protect my job mode, and he will try to get you fired some way, shape, or form. And so again, because I didn't want to see her go through that, I told her that. And that was what made him mad. Or what pushed it over the top. That was it. And then, of course, the little joke. The little joke. And it was a honest joke. I don't regret making the joke. When he talked about the Republicans was going to be in Milwaukee. And he said there's going to be a lot of, drinking and womanizing. And I said two of Lincoln's favorite things, drinking and womanizing. That's a good, innocent joke. That's a good, innocent joke. You disrespecting my wife. Ain't nobody disrespecting your wife. So are you disrespecting all of those Republicans' wives? No, you made a joke. I made a joke. You be disrespecting my wife. How is that disrespecting your wife? And then that was when his daughter started throwing insults about, my height. She's a heightist. And she started throwing insults about my height. So I start throwing jabs about her weight. That's it. How did he find out you told her that? Because I did it on the live stream. I did it on the live stream. When he said that, I commented on Facebook, hey, when he get to this point, he's thinking of ways to fire you or to get you fired. So that's it. That's how. I don't do stuff, try to sneak stuff and do stuff behind people's back and all that kind of stuff. I'm a straightforward dude. So, yeah, I like to do it right in front of your face so there's no confusion about what I said. Because, you tell somebody something and then they tell somebody and then eventually when it get to the person, it's something other than what you said. Like, nah, me? Like, I'm Shahara, you a heightist. You're a heightist. Period. So I wouldn't tell somebody else that, and then eventually it come to you, and then, Emanuel said that you wanted to put all the short people in the internment camps and blah, blah, blah. You're like, no, he didn't say that. He called me a heightist. That was the extent of it. So that's why, I typically say what I'm going to say and make it clear and say it to your face or where you can hear it so people can't, blow it up into something else that it's not. You can blow it up in your mind if you want to. But, I'll be honest with people. Vincent says there was definitely no confusion on what was said that day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. For instance, on the whole womanizing comment, after he read it silently while moving his lips, he cussed you out before he went back to the show like nothing happened. Oh, he's done that in person too. We about to fight Monday. We really was gonna fight if he would have swung. Yeah, we was gonna fight that day. And Jerry jumped in between us. And then I looked over and I was like, 10 seconds. And I ran back to my area, and he ran back to his area, and we went on the air, and nobody would have ever known anything happened. It's one of the funniest things ever. And I was not the one who said that he had sex, or Gleno had sex with his mama, or that Gleno was his daddy. I was not the one who said that. Gleno said he had sex with his mom. He said they used to be lovers. I think J Love was the one who said, so you could be his daddy. I didn't say that. Now, I played the promo that said it. Oh, I suggested later on that he should find out for sure. But I don't ever recall saying that Gleno was his daddy. I don't ever recall saying that. I do recall playing the promo a whole lot. Oh, he was so mad. He used to come down and run down. So I done told y'all that story. But it makes me laugh every time. Myosha says, you said that. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Jay who said it. It was Jay who said it. I remember putting the promo together. And Jay said that he could be the daddy. But Gleno was the one who said, me and his mother, we were lovers. Gleno said that. Oh, that was funny. It wouldn't bother me. That day he came in. It told me he almost got into a fight at White Castle. Because the person at the window, he got his coffee, and the person at the window said, hey, Lincoln-o. He was mad. I'm gonna throw my coffee in his face. I'm gonna throw my coffee in his face. Why? Why would you throw your coffee in somebody's face because they call you Lincoln-o? Oh, that is hilarious. And how is that your weapon of choice? How is hot coffee your weapon of choice? I don't understand. Oh, boy. Y'all don't understand. And these are all good memories as far as I'm concerned. These are all good memories. All the arguments, all of the fighting, all of the back and forth, those are all good memories. He might not view them that way, but I view them that way. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Janice says, Gleno should have been slapped in the mouth for kissing and telling. I forget, but he was put in a position to act. The question was asked, because it was innocently done. It was a story or something about Gleno knowing Lincoln as a child and having been over Lincoln's house as a child and something or another. I can't remember exactly what it was. And if I recall correctly, Jay was provoking it with the questions. And it was absolutely hilarious, but Jay was provoking him with the questions. And Gleno was going to be honest. And Gleno tried to avoid answering the questions directly about why he would have been over Lincoln Ware's house when Lincoln was a child. He tried to avoid answering the question directly, but then eventually Jay pinned him down, and he finally had to admit, because he hesitated even admitting it. We were lovers. So he didn't even do it like, hey, Jay, let me tell you this story when I used to bone Lincoln mama. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It was like, okay, you caught me. Yeah, we were lovers. All right? So, no, Gleno was not out of line for that. He just was caught. He was just caught. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. I might have said it, Myosha, in jest. I might have said it in jest. Or, once I kind of figured out that it bothered him a little bit, which why that would bother you, I don't know. Why would that bother you? If you know that ain't your daddy, why would you be bothered? But I might have said it in jest. And he'd be taken. So I told y'all he's an emotional guy. And so he takes stuff a little too serious. Depending on what the subject is. Ruby said, you still love Lincoln. I don't know if I would say I love Lincoln, but I got no beef with Lincoln. I keep telling y'all, I don't know why people don't hear this. I got no beef with Lincoln. I'm not beefing with Lincoln. I'm not beefing with Lincoln. Lincoln is beefing with me. There's a difference. If I saw Lincoln, I wouldn't extend my hand to shake his hand because I know he's beefing with me now. But if he extended his hand to shake my hand, I would probably shake his hand. I'm not beefing with him. He's beefing with me. So just so that's clear. I got nothing against him. I want to see the best for him, and his family. I got nothing against his family. I want to see the best for everybody. I love to see people happy and successful, and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my wish for everybody. For everybody, that is my wish. Which is why, as I'm out and about this weekend, Shahara says, did you see what I said? I did not. Hold on, let me go back and I gotta go look. Because you gotta deal with heightism when you come across it. You gotta deal with heightism. You can't just let heightism be out there. So you got to deal with it. But the fact you even made a promo is wild. No, that's what we did back in the day. Even though I do have to say eventually they make me take the promo out. Because he complained a whole lot. So eventually they made me take the promo out. When I start blocking him from getting into the studios. Because he used to come running full speed when he would hear it. And y'all know we was on like a 8-second delay at the time. So he would start hearing it 8 seconds later and come running full speed. First time it scared the mess out of me because I didn't know what was happening. Boom, door fly open and he hitting the dump button to, dump the rest of the promo. And then once I figured out that that's what he was doing, them little stoppers that you get to put in the door at the bottom so they can't open. And he was in his office and the promo came on and I knew he was coming and I heard him running full speed. And then I just heard the biggest thud against that door that I ever heard. And he hit that door full speed, just smack right into the door. And I was looking at him and he was fuming. Smoke was coming out his ears. And then when the promo was over, I opened up the door like, hey, can I help you? Did you need something? That was kind of mean, but it was all in fun. It was all in fun. But yeah, they made me delete the promo. They made me delete a number of promos. Y'all remember the promo where the lady from, was it Channel 9, where they used to do the best of the class? And she had called the Lincoln Ware show. And she had said something. Lincoln was talking about why they didn't have no black people in the best of the class. And she said, well, maybe if black people would, go to school or get good grades or whatever, then they could be in it or whatever it was. And I made a promo out of that. And then Channel 9 came in and they made me stop playing the promo. Channel 9 had released something saying that they apologized and that there was some sort of disciplinary action taken, but they wouldn't say what the disciplinary action was. And in my opinion, like, no, you can't just call in here being racist. Openly, blatantly racist, live on air. And then you say, oh, my bad. And I'm like, all right, so what happened to the lady? We can't talk about that. She didn't have a problem talking in public, being racist. She didn't have no problem, putting her public opinions out. So, we're not going to play the promo. I remember Jerry Tolliver, we're going to delete the promo. We're not going to play it anymore. Can you just delete it from the system so it doesn't even get accidentally played? I'm like, why are we deleting this promo? Why? This is what they did. Well, she asked me to delete it, so I deleted it. I wasn't happy about deleting it, but I deleted it. Axe Black said, damn, you still bitter? I don't know that I'm bitter. It just, I remember it. And I guess maybe racism makes me bitter. Yeah. So yeah, I'm bitter. Yeah. Racism, heightism, they make me bitter. So yeah, I am. I'm bitter. And they made me delete the Zakiya trapped in the bathroom promo. They made me delete the Zakiya trapped in the bathroom promo, which was one of my favorite promos. It was one of my favorite promos ever. Y'all remember the story about Zakiya trapped in? Because that was when R. Kelly had that little series Trapped in the Closet. And Zakiya called in to tell her story of abuse, which is why they made me delete it. They was, we can't be laughing at abuse. But she had went to the bathroom and whoever she was with was abusive and they had turned the locks the opposite way. So when she went into the bathroom, they locked her into the bathroom. And she was telling Lincoln about it. And Lincoln was in there with, it's not funny, but I remember it, so it makes me laugh. Lincoln was in there with Dr. John Thomas. I don't remember why he was in there. They was kind of giving advice and stuff. And she went on to telling the story about being trapped in the bathroom. And look, one of my things was I like to make Lincoln break. I liked to make Lincoln break at inappropriate times. And I think I can only remember it happening that one time. I can only remember being successful one time. And that was with Zakiya. And as Zakiya was telling the story, because y'all, I know y'all know, but when you're sitting there producing the show, I got a little, button and microphone in front of me, and I can talk in Lincoln's ear. So it just comes out of one ear, and he can hear me. And so as he was telling the story, I was kind of commenting as the story was being told. And Lincoln could not grasp the fact that the doorknob had been turned around. And for whatever reason, he was really confused about that for a while. And then once I finally got him to understanding it, and then I kind of started picking with him as she was telling the story, he was doing everything in his power to not laugh, but he couldn't help himself. And I thoroughly enjoyed finally breaking Lincoln Ware to the point that he had to say, Emanuel, stop making me laugh. Because he was trying to take the story seriously. And I do remember her saying, she had to drink water out of the sink or something like that. And Lincoln was, that's good water. And I remember thinking, bro, that's that's not the point. But yeah, she was trapped in the bathroom for a few days. It was terrible. It was terrible. But yeah, they made me delete that promo too. I understand that one. I understand that one. They made me delete that one because it was kind of somebody. I could see somebody thinking that was making fun of domestic violence. So I understood that one. We ran it for a while though, but I understood that one. I understood that one. But yeah, I meant really for me, it was more less because I put the Trapped in the Closet music under it. I don't know if y'all remember that music, but it was some very distinctive Trapped in the Closet music. And so I put the Trapped in the Closet music under her telling the story, and then Lincoln losing it and trying to get me to stop making him laugh. It was absolutely hilarious. So yeah, they made me delete that one too. I think those are the main ones that I can remember promos that they made me delete. I just used to have fun making promos. I used to have fun making promos. I did. The one where Gleno was asleep and Lincoln went to him and he was asleep and Lincoln was getting ready to hang up. And I was like, Lincoln, no, he's there. He's just asleep. He was like, no, he ain't there. He didn't say that out loud. He kind of, shook me off like, no, he there. I'm like, Lincoln, he is there. Listen. And he there. I can hear him breathing. And then eventually Gleno woke up and didn't know who he was talking to. Yeah, I'm about to go to Walmart. And so, yeah, that. And, of course, to clear my throat. I just liked I liked taking little clips of things that were entertaining and making promos for the show, condensing them to 30 seconds and telling that story and just being entertained and entertaining people for in that way. Daryl says, what happened to Gleno? He passed away. Gleno passed away. Janet says, the Zakiya story wasn't funny at all. It was quite traumatic. I'm sure it was traumatic for her. Again, what was funny to me was Lincoln's reaction and not being able to contain himself and not laugh. And more than that, initially, his lack of understanding of how such a thing could happen. How somebody could take the door knob and put it on backwards. Which was really what set me off as it being funny, because I couldn't understand how he couldn't understand what she was saying. Shahara says, Gleno was my cousin's husband. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. But yeah, that's it. That's it. But Donna says, where was she? Where was who? She was trapped in the bathroom. She was at home. She was trapped in the bathroom. All right, I gotta get ready. Axe Black says, you blaming Lincoln? That's shameful. If you want to think it's shameful, you got a right to think it's shameful. Good for you. I hope it makes you feel great that you believe that it's shameful. You win the shaming contest. You're the best shamer. Do you remember the lady that was on Hold to Talk and she was watching her grandchildren and they were swinging on the curtains and the curtain fell and she whooped them and Lincoln was just listening on air? She never knew she was on air. I do not remember that. I do not remember that at all. No, I don't remember that. That sounds horrible. Who wants to hear somebody get a whooping? All right, y'all. I gotta... you get on my nerves. That was nothing to congratulate me on. I figured it was. You said it. Why would you tell us that? It sounds like something, an achievement that you attained. So I just wanted to congratulate you on it. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Did you ever make a promo with Black Lion and Young Rocka dropping hot rocks on the teacher? I did. I did make a promo about Young Rocka. I did. Lewis says, do you consider yourself an instigator? Absolutely. Absolutely. Only for good. Only for good. For entertainment purposes. I am an instigator for entertainment purposes. That's it. Rick says, what about the wheelchair lady? Well, I depend. Are you talking about Sister Francis when Lincoln pushed her out the wheelchair? Which, by the way, he didn't actually push her out the wheelchair. I think everybody knows that. When she showed up to the Save-A-Lot, and you know how, there's a ramp to go up, but then, the curb eventually comes in. She rolled up on the ramp, but one wheel was up on the sidewalk and the other wheel then went up that side of the curb. And when she got a little too far up there, the whole wheelchair turned over. And it wasn't funny except that people blamed Lincoln for it. But Lincoln didn't push her out of her wheelchair, and people ran to her assistance. Or are you talking about the lady who left her wheelchair downtown to charge and went on an excursion and then was mad because they didn't charge her wheelchair, and then she had to call a tow truck to get the wheelchair? And I didn't know they did that, but apparently that's a real thing. She had to call the tow truck to get the wheelchair home. I would have imagined she could have just went somewhere else and was like, my wheelchair is dead. Can y'all please let me charge it? But yeah, she didn't. She didn't. Whatever happened to Claudette? Yeah, with her wheelchair. I don't know. That she was mad at me that I wouldn't side with her, that she was 100% in the right. That's really all I remember. She was mad at me that I wouldn't side with her, that she was 100% in the right. Why did you leave? Why would you leave? The Hebrew Israelite minister who had a Sunday show. Didn't they make you take the James Washington promo saying Steve Reese is Alicia Reese? No, I never made a promo of that. I never made a promo of that. And that was from, I believe, surreptitiously recorded audio of Mr. Washington talking to, what was it, Angela Leisure? And I forget what they were trying to, what were they trying to get her to do? Were they trying to get her to drop her case? Or I don't remember what they were trying to get her to do, but somehow Steve Reese and James Washington were allegedly, well, Washington definitely, but allegedly Steve Reese was somehow involved in all of that kind of stuff. I don't remember all of the details, but I do remember, and again, if I'm not remembering it incorrectly, I do remember that it was a comment that he made to Angela Leisure because they were trying to get her to do something that she didn't want to do and trying to tell her that Alicia Reese could influence something. And because Steve Reese wanted her to do it or any of that kind of stuff. And she was skeptical that just because Steve Reese said that she would do it, that means that she would do it. And, that was when the infamous Steve Reese is Alicia Reese quote happened. But I remember listening to that entire recording, start to finish, and I was really disappointed in some people. Shannon wants to know, do you have any beef with J Love? None. Not to my knowledge. None. I like J Love. Or at least I always did. I had never had any beef with J Love. Well, that's not true. I had some beef with J Love at one point, but it was a very, very small window. I wouldn't even say beef. We had a disagreement. We had a disagreement. But that it lasted for all of a day, and then everything was cool. So no, I got no beef with J Love whatsoever. I hope he has none with me. I hope he has none with me. What about Julie Johnson? I got no beef with Julie. Now, I don't accept her as my friend anymore on Facebook, but that's a principle thing. But I saw her somewhere, and I want to say it was like Home Depot, and I was very happy to see her. I got no beef with Julie whatsoever, none. I wish her the best in life and all that kind of stuff. Julie is all right with me. Julie is all right with me. And before y'all ask, I won't accept her as my friend because she was my friend. She was my Facebook friend. And then she unfriended me. No explanation, no nothing. She unfriended me. I'm like, I didn't do anything. Why would she unfriend me? And, then she sent a friend request. And I don't. Once you unfriend me on Facebook, because it ain't real. Once you unfriend me on Facebook, we're not friends on Facebook forever. Unless you got a legitimate reason why. You know what I'm saying? And then that would make sense. No, I was asking if your beef with J Love was about Julie Johnson. No, it was about you, Nate. The beef with J Love was 100% about you. Mayo says, you probably said something negative about cops. I don't think so. Because I don't talk negative about cops. Honestly, I think I know what it was. I'm not going to say it just because. But I think I know what it was. But, yeah. No, you unfriend me, then you've unfriended me. And that's that. I mean, again, if you wanted, if it was an accident, because I see Diane said maybe it was an accident, then you could always call and you could say, because I believe she got my number. She should still have it. So, or you could even send a message and you could say, I accidentally unfriended you. And then I would be like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was, purposeful and intentional, and that'd be that. Mayo says, I remember that J Love Emanuel beef. Yeah, it was 100% about Nate. Tanika says, who haven't you had beef with, E-Man? I have beef with a whole lot of people. I haven't had beef with a whole lot of people. I'm actually, I won't say I'm friendly. I'm not friendly. Because to me, friendly is outward and, open, and I'm going to say aggressive, but not aggressive in a negative way. It's not passive. Friendly is not passive. Friendly is aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You speak to people. You know what I'm saying? There's something. You something. I'm not that. I'm very much introverted. You probably can't tell. But I'm very much introverted. So I'm a nice guy. I typically get along with everybody, but I'm not an outwardly friendly person. I'm not an outwardly friendly person. So, you see me sitting in the corner and you'll be like, oh, he's standoffish. No, it's not standoffish. It's introverted. If you talk to me, I'll talk to you, and you'll be like, Tanika, I'll tell the story. At the church that I attend, I deal with, a lot of people because I, do a thing or two in the church. And for quite a while, people would not talk to me. And people thought that I was kind of mean. And then, really out of nowhere, people started talking to me. And realized, like, he's not mean at all. He's actually a really nice guy. Once I'm open, and I do the same way I do here is the same way I do there. I talk, I joke. Because me, look, here's my life to some degree. I'm all about love. I love everybody. I want to see everybody successful. I do. I like people and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm all about love, laughter. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. I see the humor in almost everything. In almost everything, I can see the humor in it. And I like a good laugh. I like a good laugh. And logic. I like being reasonable and logical. Things should be reasonable and logical. That's pretty much it, if you wanted to sum it up. Love, laugh, logic. That's me. So, yeah, once people started talking to me, then they realized, like, oh, he's a pretty cool dude. And, now I'm cool with everybody. I can't think there's nobody at the church that I go to that I've ever had any beef with, ever. Not even once. I've never even had an argument, disagreement of some sort. Never. Tanika says, I used to think this can't be the same guy who hosts that radio show. Like night and day. But yeah, no, I'm not friendly, but I'm very nice. But people take that lack of friendliness as standoffish and whatever. Scott says, but you debated all of them. Oh, absolutely. I remember when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl this last time. We had the longest debate during, setup. Because they swear up and down that this was going to change Cincinnati. Life was going to be better in Cincinnati now that the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. I wasn't watching the Super Bowl at the time, or the NFL at the time. Still not. I remember having this conversation with these guys, and they were, we were debating kind of heavily. And I just kept trying to get them to understand, like, it's a football game. It's not even here. But the economic impact of the Bengals going to the Super Bowl is going to be, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all think this is. Your taxes are not going down because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. Streets are not all going to get paved because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. We're not getting the Olympics because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. None of this stuff is happening because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's going to be more events going to be here. It's going to be more than I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I don't know how that turned into a long debate. But it did. So yeah, I'll debate with anybody. But when all was said and done, we laughed and went on about our way, getting ready for service. So yeah. I keep saying it. I had to get out of here. There was something that I saw. Yeah, I guess that's about it. LaDonna says, I'm like that. I'll go sit off alone. And I just watch people. I like to watch people. Will the TVs be working at the stadium this weekend? I saw something on social media that said yes. They said that they've been putting in all of the work, and I guess they've gotten all the TVs installed, and the TVs will be functional in the club suites and all of that stuff this weekend. So apparently, whatever the people complaining about it, lit a fire under them. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Like, I be hearing people complaining about people complaining. I hear people complaining about people complaining. I'm like, Sometimes that's what you got to do to get stuff working, to get people moving. Black people complain about everything. You really think that they intentionally don't want black people to watch TV? It's like, no, not necessarily, but they could get the TVs up. Oh, you complained enough, and guess what? The TVs is up. Because sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes that's what you got to do. LaDonna said, yeah, but no sound. Yeah. I don't know. No. I won't be down there, so I don't give a damn if the TVs is there or not. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Again, I'll see everybody on Wednesday. I will not be here Monday or Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for the well wishes, the condolences, the safe travels, all of that kind of stuff. I appreciate y'all. As you are out and about, as always, do me a favor. Down there at the festival, everybody gonna be happy and smiling down there anyway. If you see somebody that's not smiling, you be the reason that somebody smiles this weekend. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.